to show you how to completely erase a blemish with just a few steps in your makeup routine. The first thing you'll need is a color corrector. So on the color wheel, red is opposite the color green. So we're going to use a green color corrector like is seen here in this Temptu Neutralizer wheel. Then you will need your regular foundation, liquid or cream, whatever you like using, powder possibly, but I would do a liquid if you want good coverage. Then you'll need a high pigment concealer. This is from Kat Von D. This is very, very high pigment and you'll need only a tiny amount of it. You'll need a small stippling brush, about the size of a blemish itself, so you can dot your product right on the blemish. And then you'll need a translucent setting powder, something that you can very lightly set all of your concealing with. So if you want to know how to totally knock your blemish out, just keep watching. The first key step of really concealing and correcting a blemish is color correction. When a blemish has a lot of redness in it, sometimes your foundation and concealer together still can't knock out that intense red color. So I'm going to use a green toned color corrector to kind of knock out that initial redness. So I'm going to take a small synthetic brush with a dense brush head. This is actually an e.l.f. contour brush meant for the eye area, but because it's synthetic, it's going to work great with a cream product like this. So I'm just going to grab a small amount and I'm going to stipple this only on the red part. I don't want to go anything outside the blemish. And you can kind of blend it out with your fingers so it's not a thick green spot. Now obviously if you just left it on there, it would look pretty crazy, but you're going to see how it really knocks out the red tone coming through. And since I have a few on this side too, because I'm just that lucky, we're going to dot it on those as well. And remember, you want this layer to be very, very thin. Now that we have our green spots, which have toned down the redness quite a bit on our blemishes, we're ready to move on to foundation. And I am going to use a flat top kabuki brush because I'm going to be able to really lay down coverage, buff it out if I want, but not move the foundation around too much since we did place that color corrector down first. And I'm just using a medium coverage foundation. This is from Prescriptives and it's their custom blend foundation. So this was actually custom blended for my skin tone based on a photo and a Skype conversation. So I'm going to just dip my kabuki brush into the foundation and stipple it where I want coverage and then very lightly blend it out. We have concealed our blemishes fairly well with foundation, but blemishes are so awful because they often are able to still show through. So concealer is kind of a must if you want to really erase them altogether. So I've placed a small amount of concealer on my hand here. I'm going to use that same synthetic stippling brush. I've wiped away the green corrector, of course. And I'm going to take the tiniest amount of concealer and stipple it directly onto the blemish. We are ready to set all of our handiwork, make sure that our coverage doesn't go anywhere. So I'm just taking a loose translucent powder and I'm going to just pat it on. I'm not going to dust it around because that could move around your concealer placement. So as you can see, with a few steps, you can totally eliminate the fact that you've ever had a blemish at all, and it doesn't even take that much longer. The key is really the color correcting, and that's what's going to make your foundation and concealer not have to work so hard. So I hope that this tutorial has been helpful, and next time you have a big blemish, you won't freak out at all because you know exactly how to handle it.